team wiped. I picked up the sniper that wiped us. And that's when I felt it. I was locked in. I was tapping heads one after the other. First team, second team, third team.
That's a new Special Olympics record, folks!
You know, guys, in my last video I talked about how Activision was extremely desperate to find any sort of way to hype up the Call of Duty community, the specific subset of the community, the Gooch Lickers, and see if there's any way to get them hyped up, get them to start talking more and more about Verdansk in a positive way through the means of re-releasing certain features that they had taken away in the past for literally no reason. And I thought that was a pretty weak, desperate attempt out of Activision to start generating some hype up. But guys, as it turns out, Activision has gone even lower in their attempt to try to generate hype up for Call of Duty Warzone, Season 3, Verdansk, Black Ops 6, and everything else that's compiled in this fat, heaping pile of steaming garbage. And I already know the Gooch Slickers are down in the comments already talking about, oh my god, Fooly, every single video you're just repeating it. Shut up, you fat tub of lard. To all the Gooch Slickers and to Activision, the Scat Master is here to ruin the goddamn party with an even better party. But before I get into it, guys, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor. Please leave a like on today's video, and if you don't, you already know what I gotta do. Oh my god, I'm so hyped up for Verdansk. I can't wait to take it up the yes. Also, I'm gonna need you to subscribe, and you already know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. We've been making great progress. Let's keep that going. And oh wait. We got a very special announcement. If you're watching today's video early, then you've just drawn the lucky card, because today the Scat Master is doing a surprise stream at the given times right here. And we're gonna go even further in depth in a lot of the clips that I'm about to show you guys right now. So this tweet comes out from Call of Duty's official Twitter, and they say, check out multi-platinum recording artist Tinashe. Recall the exact moment Sniper Nashe was born. Fire emoji. Get ready to redeploy. Hashtag Verdansk returns on April 3rd. And if I went through all of these clips, this video would be like an hour long because it's a whole lot of nonsense. But they're running this whole thing that they call Stories of Verdansk, and they're just bringing in famous people to talk about their experiences with Verdansk and express how they're emotionally attached to their excitement for the return of Verdansk. Now, to me, it sounds like a whole lot of nonsense. It really sounds like Activision's just paying these people off. But guys, before I get into showing you guys everybody else, this one in specific is the first one that I mentioned because it's kind of the funniest, because in the clip, she essentially talks about how she went on this rampage with the sniper, and in the responses, it's just a whole lot of people disproving that. Hunter TV says, this did not happen, bruh, and he shows a clip of how her entire story was completely made up and falsified because she is not legitimately good at this game. She is actually god-awful.
A 2-pack of ass!
And listen, I'm not hating on her, okay? The Scat Mistress actually likes her and sometimes plays her, so I've heard of her before. But this is just not a good look. Honestly, she fucking sucks. But don't worry, guys, because Activision has even more where that came from. At Nick Whatever says he could take a 10-game win streak over a tennis championship any day. Hear him tell the tale of one of his greatest Hail Marys on hashtag Verdansk. And here's another one from Call of Duty France. I don't know what they're saying. Nobody knows what they're trying to say here, except for the people that speak French, obviously. I'm not trying to be offensive. Holy goddamn it, my fault. Scatmaster gets off the rails sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But in the context of the Call of Duty community, we do not care what this man has to say about Verdansk. We're gonna keep it going, guys. This one's from Call of Duty UK. Being a stand-up doesn't mean you can't be carried. Comedian Rob Beckett recounts his most memorable moment in Verdansk. Hashtag Verdansk returns. And I don't know what's funnier, the fact that he's supposed to be some sort of comedian that's actually funny, or the fact that he has essentially allowed Activision to spread open their gooch right in front of his face for him to smile and laugh at. absolutely disgusting. Here's another one from Call of Duty Latin America. They say boom boom, la escopeta loca. And we have CH14 for this one, essentially doing the exact same thing. And to tie a beautiful red ribbon on this, we make it back to the States with our very own content creator, Legion. Some of our best hashtag Verdansk memories aren't always victories. Watch Legion recount one of his most epic games. And guys, this entire Stories of Verdansk thing, it's one of the most idiotic, most desperate lowball attempts at Activision trying to get people back on their side, getting people to feel nostalgic for Verdansk. And I understand, everybody with common sense can understand this. Now, if you're the typical gooch licker out there, one of you short bus riders out there, and you don't possess the ability to critically think, then I understand how this looks like to you. It looks like I'm just hating people that had a fun time on Verdansk. Well, you're not entirely wrong, because as the Scat Master, it is my duty to shit on anything that needs to be shitted on. And this is no different, except the reason I'm very specifically doing this is because instead of Activision showcasing anything of value, okay, I'm not talking about their little hover-overs of the map looking across Verdansk because we've seen it a million times. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, hey, can you show us where your anti-cheat is? Hey, can you show us how you're working on the servers? Can you show us how you're getting rid of the bugs before Verdansk comes out? And every single time we have an update to Warzone, a massive one, it ends up breaking all the other Call of Duty titles. Can you please specifically show me how this is not about to happen in like a week? Oh yeah, you can't. So what have you resorted to? You resorted to spending an ungodly amount of money paying all of these random people that have no sort of association to Call of Duty Verdansk and Warzone whatso goddamn ever, and started paying them to start telling random stories about their time playing Verdansk. And as I showed in the very first screenshot with Tinashe, she's god awful at Call of Duty. What do you mean her story on Verdansk? Her only story is getting sharded on. And on the topic of telling stories, why don't I tell you my story on Verdansk? How about this, Activision? This is the Scat Master's story on Verdansk. One time, I was playing Call of Duty Warzone. I hopped in the game, got killed by a cheater, and you want to know what I did? I didn't touch the shit ever again. That's my story, and that's the story of many other people. So Activision, once again, how can you possibly ensure us that that's not about to be the exact same experience? Because as far as we're concerned, you've done absolutely nothing to work on the anti-cheat. I see you guys shutting down a lot of the cheat providers out there, but at the end of the day, those people are gonna come back. They're gonna find their cheats from other places. Those cheat providers themselves, they're gonna rebrand as something else from somewhere else, and they're gonna be right back in offering the exact same virgin services. It's good that you're cease and desisting these cheat providers, but where is the prevention for when those cheaters are actually in the game? Can you, in real time, boot them out of the game? If I'm playing ranked play and I lose to a cheater or a hacker, can you recover my SR that I unjustly lost? If you can't do that, I'm not interested in listening to these people talk about their fake stories on Verdansk. What, did you just gather more people for the Special Olympics? Oh my god, I was on Verdansk and I got a one piece!
That's a new Special Olympics record, folks!
Dumbass. You even got people playing it early so they can gas it up even more. This comes out from Scatmaster Charles. He says, New York Mets players played Verdansk early this week and shared a video of the experience. Shows returning operators some gameplay and more. My question is, for what? Why are you allowing random celebrities to go in and play early? I understand that you've done this for years and years. This isn't the first time you've done this, but this isn't a new premium title's release. This is the re-release of a map that has existed for years. And again, just how we talked about it with the features in the last video, you essentially took away Verdansk for no reason, and who would have guessed it? As soon as Call of Duty's in a god-awful state, you bring it back. Oh my god, wow. You guys are really doing something great for the community here. I'm not saying I don't want Verdansk in the game, guys. Alright, I'm not hating on the existence of Verdansk. What I'm hating on is Activision's prioritization on what they need to focus on. Essentially, they have two options here, right? Option 1, ensure and reassure the community that things like the anti-cheat are actually being worked on and they have something to actually hold on to of value that will generate them organic hype for Verdansk's return. Or option 2, pay a bunch of random people that nobody cares about to start talking about their stories on Verdansk.
Come on, man.
Now, any logical, reasonable person would obviously choose to reassure the community and generate organic hype. But what Activision has obviously done is falsify stories of Verdansk, get people to talk about it, and generate fake nostalgic hype. And the gooch slickers will really sit there and look at people who call this out and call us rage baiters. Brother, you need to do better in life, okay? Let me tell you something, alright? Scat Master Fooly is gonna take a break. I'm gonna have to tune into Coach Master Fooly very quickly with the life lessons and advice. Spending your time defending a corporation that literally does not care about you is one of the biggest virgin things you could possibly do. My recommendation, hop off of Twitter, stop crying at pixels on the screen, go outside, touch some grass, look at a woman in a very, very nice, non-creepy way, and reproduce an organism of value to our society, because clearly you've already missed the mark, you've already missed your chance, you are a lost cause. Defending a corporation has to be one of the cringiest things you could possibly do as a human being.
We need to stay away from these niggas.
Need I say something about your human rights being stripped away? I think not, because YouTube's out here on their soy boy mission of ensuring people are being respectful on YouTube videos. Good job, YouTube. You're doing the world a great service out there.
Oh, hooray, yeah. Ice cream.
And you know who's not doing the world a great service out there? Not only the gooch lickers, but Activision themselves. I am waiting for the day Activision actually gives us something of substance that is not just a hover over of the Verdansk map that we've played multiple times, or hiring random people to talk about Verdansk. I don't want to see that. What I want to see is that they actually show us things that are of value to the health of the community and the state of Call of Duty. Now, if they happen to do that before Season 3 drops, I'll definitely make a video on it, and if it's actually good, then I'll admit, hey, they said they worked on the anti-cheat, and here it is. I'm glad it's here. It's about goddamn time. But if they don't do that, and we just spent all of this time and money pushing out nonsense and advertisements full of rubbish and gibberish, if there's still an abundance of hackers and cheaters in Season 3 of Warzone and Verdansk, the Scat Master might actually hit a new form. That's right, guys, there might be an evolution on the way. It's up to Activision at this point, man. You gooch slickers out there, you really hate it when we rage bait, right? This is your warning. If these problems still persist into Season 3, don't worry about cease and desisting those cheat providers. You might have to cease and desist the Scat Master from the planet. That's right, guys, I'm talking intergalactic rage bait. You will never experience anything like it again. So Activision, you better do a good job, and you gooch lickers out there, you better be praying that Activision actually delivers. My prediction, they obviously won't. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. Are you hyped up all of a sudden because these random people just shared their stories on Verdansk? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.